Hello guys, welcome to the Chelsea FC Today channel, first video on it. So thank you for tuning in today. So I've got two great guests on today. So we got Vedant and Miz. Say hello guys.
Hello.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, that's solid. So today we'll be covering brief Chelsea news on the Champions League draw. As you've all aware and have heard of, that we've drawn Porto, and we'll just grab our thoughts on that briefly. I'll just dive deep into the Sheffield United preview. So basically, I mean, guys, what do you think on the draw? Like, did we want Porto? Did you want any other team? And what are your thoughts? So,
Who do you want to go? You want to start with me?
yeah, just whoever. Yeah, Miz, you can hop on.
Yeah, look, the draw was probably the dream draw. I mean, a lot of people probably would have wanted either Dortmund or Porto. You know, anyone except, I suppose, Bayern Munich or Manchester City, but definitely a lot of people would have favoured Porto to be the favourable draw, and that's not just for us. I think all the other teams would have hoped for Porto as well. So, that draw was definitely one of the most favourable draw that we could ask for, and thankfully we got that. But at the same time, having said that, I don't think we should take FC Porto lightly at all. We know what they did against Juventus last round, how they've eliminated them, and they're a very structured team, very, very well organised team. They've got some really, really good players in that particular team, like Marega and Taremi and Jesus Corona and Oliveira, and obviously Pepe in defense. So, and they're very well managed. So if we are complacent in this particular draw, we will get knocked out by these guys. So we better understand that, yes, it is, as Thomas Tuchel said, yeah, we are the favorites, but if you walk into that particular match thinking you're just going to walk all over them, well, you know what happened to Juventus. So we need to be very weary about that. But I'm very happy with the draw. I think it is a draw that we should be able to go through. And then obviously we play the winners of Liverpool versus Real Madrid, and I think we can take either of them. So, fingers crossed. If things go well, we could see ourselves in the final.
Yeah, we just got to hope for the best. We can't take Porto lightly, but I just want to hear your thoughts. But what are your thoughts on the draw?
As Miss said, it's the dream draw, best draw we could have had, and we knew that we're facing the winners of the Madrid-Liverpool game, which means that the winner of City Dortmund will face the winner of Bayern PSG, and that's best case scenario because, in my opinion, I think Bayern's going to beat PSG and City's obviously going to beat Dortmund, which means we're going to see City face Bayern, and that makes the task a whole lot easier for us, as those are both of the teams that we're the most fearing. And I also wanted to add a note. I read this somewhere. Porto, they have two players. I think it's Taremi and Nelson Oliveira, and I think they're suspended for the first leg because of yellow.
Yeah, because who scored the goal, the free kick that went through Ronaldo's legs?
That's Oliveira.
Yeah, he got a yellow card, so he won't be able to play the first game in Portugal. And same thing with the other guy that got sent off. I wasn't sure who that was. He won't be able to play. So we should have a slight advantage in the first leg because they won't have two of their starting 11 players. So we just got to hope for the best, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Onwards and upwards to another trophy that I do think we can win this year. I think is the most realistic, the FA Cup now. So this is a Sheffield United preview. So I think this is a very achievable cup for us to win. I do think City will be the main opposition that we come up against, but Sheffield United is a very doable and achievable game to beat and win in. But we can't take anything for granted as it is the FA Cup. So you never know, it could just hit the fan at the end of the day. But any team news from your guys? Do you know if Thiago Silva's not returning or anything like that, or even if there are any other injuries?
I don't think, besides what Thomas Tuchel said, I don't think there is any other sort of injury news. I think the squad as a whole are quite fit at the moment, besides obviously Thiago Silva and Tammy Abraham. And that's fine. We don't really need Thiago Silva for this particular match. I mean, we rather have him completely fit and ready to go. There's some big matches coming up, obviously in the Premier League and Champions League now, into the quarterfinals. So yes, this is a very important particular competition, the FA Cup. It's a very much a realistic competition that we could get a silverware, which we should aim for. But if Thiago Silva's not fit, I don't want to obviously risk him. And similarly with Tammy Abraham, as Thomas Tuchel said, this is the good moment to stay patient. And obviously the international break is coming up, so it'd be good for him to recover. And once again, there's some big fixtures coming up in many competitions, and it'll be good to have these players fit. So besides that, there isn't any other. I don't think there is any other fitness concerns, and it goes well for us because there's quite a lot of players. Even though we've been playing so well, there's quite a lot of players that probably need the minutes and need to find form in these final parts of the season. So players like Pulisic is yet to find form. Ziyech, yes, he scored the goal against Atletico Madrid. He's still yet to find proper form. Obviously, Kai Havertz just been back recently. So many players that are still looking to sort of find top key, and it's going to be quite scary once these guys find form at the right part of the season.
Yeah, well said, Miz. Vedant, do you think we can win the FA Cup this year?
Yeah, I think we have a great chance. Obviously, the draw helped us again. Sheffield United probably the best team we could have got to help us reach the final. And yeah, just going back to the team news, we know Thiago Silva isn't fit, but I don't think that's a big issue, especially because of the way our defense has stepped up. Rudiger, Christensen, Aspie, Zuma, they're all looking class right now. What is it, like two goals conceded in 12 games?
Yep, and one goal from the Minamino goal and the Rudiger own goal. Those are the only goals we conceded this under Tuchel. Sorry.
Yeah, that just speaks for itself. Least goals conceded since Tuchel came in.
Yeah, Tuchel is also as a new manager, he's got the longest unbeaten streak of 13 games, taken over from Luis Felipe Scolari back in the day, so we just got to look onwards and upwards. And what are your thoughts on playing Sheffield United, Miz? Do you think, we should be beating them, yeah?
Oh yeah, for sure we should be beating them. We've beaten them not that long ago. In fact, we even beaten them earlier this season. But having said that, you can never take any of these Premier League teams lightly. You can never, ever take, because as soon as you take any of these teams lightly, they end up winning. This is the crazy part about the Premier League teams. If you're complacent, they will get at you. And yes, these guys are without Chris Wilder at the moment, who has been so instrumental to them, especially last season with the brand of football they were playing. A different sort of style, obviously with three at the back, but with overlapping sort of fullbacks, overlapping sort of centre backs, basically. So they're going to be without Chris Wilder, and I'm pretty sure, they will be looking to bounce back, and they will be looking to make a big impression. Some of these players, obviously, they're going to be most likely get relegated, but some of these players will do their level best to impress as much as they can, so that they can sort of warrant some of the other Premier League teams to have a look at them and perhaps get purchased, get acquired by them. So there's a lot to play here. If we take it lightly, these guys will put us away. They've done it last season. So whoever Thomas Tuchel puts out there, I'm pretty sure there'll be a little bit of rotation in this particular match. It'll still be a strong team, but I still think it'll be a little bit of rotation. But we shouldn't take Sheffield United lightly one bit. But at the same time, we should go past them.
Yeah, exactly. So currently the manager of Sheffield United is Paul Heckingbottom. He's the interim manager in place. He was formerly the under-23s coach of Sheffield United, so he knows the club in and out. So he can tweak a system towards maybe playing against those bigger clubs. Sheffield United have historically been underdogs. So you can't rule anything out, but it's expected that we should win this game. So yeah, just your thoughts on this, Vedant?
Yeah, I think that the change of manager is a big factor in this game. I don't think Sheffield will have enough mentality and power to really get through us, especially because of our defensive form and structure. So I think, yeah, it's definitely a huge positive that Chris Wilder has left like shortly ago. And I think that it gives us a better chance of winning.
Yeah, fair enough. So do you want to go over the predicted starting 11 now? So I'll just share my screen and just have a look at this. So I've just put up Footbin. You can see that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking what 3-4-3 again. I mean, that's Thomas Tuchel's bread and butter currently at Chelsea. So we think we're going to play that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to change, and I'm pretty sure Sheffield will probably play the same formation.
Yeah, fair play. So in goal, who are we saying? Kepa?
Yeah, I think this is probably a game where Kepa gets a chance to play. Obviously, Mendy has been playing a lot, so I'm pretty sure Kepa will probably get an opportunity here.
Yeah, your thoughts, Vedant? You reckon Kepa
Yeah.
over Mendy and
Agree.
Caballero? Yeah, you agree?
Kepa.
All right, we'll slot Kepa in there. So now the back three, that's the next question I was going to ask you. Who do you think we'll see any rotation options here? Do you think Christensen will come back into the lineup? Yeah, Vedant, your thoughts?
Yeah, go on, Vedant.
Sorry. Yeah, I think he is back in training, so I would fancy him to start. I would keep the back three the same: Christensen, Rudiger, Ashley, and yeah.
You think that
Yeah,
tune
I don't think we have any other. Oh well, I think Zuma might get an opportunity. Actually, come to think of it, Christensen. Look, if he is sort of fit from his whatever illness that he had on the Champions League night, then yeah, maybe he gets an opportunity. But I think Zuma will definitely feature. He had a very good match, and he hasn't played that much in recent times. I'm pretty sure Zuma will feature at some point. And then look, Rudiger will probably play as well. It's really, Aspie is a particular player that has played so much in recent times. But look, if Christensen's not ready, then it's probably going to be the same backline of Aspie, Rudiger, Zuma. And Zuma probably in the middle.
in the Champions League and games, he's rejuvenated. Yeah.
You were lagging a bit for me. Can you repeat it?
Anyway,
Yeah, you're lagging as well for me.
sorry, I just got disconnected there. Can you hear me again?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yep.
All right, so I think we should move on to left back. Alonso's played very well under Thomas Tuchel. Chilwell hasn't, let's be real. So is there a case, maybe even for Emerson coming on and scoring that last minute goal in the Champions League for him to get a start in the cup, or do we think it could be Alonso or even Chilwell? So just getting your thoughts on that, Vedant.
Yeah, I think I probably, the thing about Emerson is I feel like he's an underrated player. Whenever I've watched him play, he's always going up and down the flank. He's not slow defensively, but he does have a mistake in him, and that's the one thing which worries me. But in this game, I'm thinking we might go Chilwell just to give him that opportunity again. But obviously, I don't really have an issue whoever we start. Alonso is good offensively, Chilwell good both offensively and defensively, and same for Emerson.
You think Chilwell could get a run in, Miss?
Yeah, I think we're all, I suppose, a bit high off the back of Emerson scoring that goal. I was sort of saying myself that maybe he gets an opportunity in this particular match, but if we're being honest and realistic, I think it'd probably be Chilwell. Alonso had a very big game against Atletico Madrid, so he might get the well-deserved rest now. I think you have to give Chilwell the chance. We just have too many left backs. That's the issue. Emerson can still come off the bench, make a cameo appearance again, but I think this will probably be Chilwell.
All right, easy. So we back Joel to play this one. What about right back, guys? What are your thoughts, Miz?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Obviously, Callum Hudson-Odoi hasn't played and hasn't played enough. He came off the bench against Atletico Madrid. In recent times, Tuchel has been using Callum Hudson-Odoi much further up as opposed to the right wing back position. But maybe we could probably see Callum Hudson-Odoi back into the right wing back position because Reece James obviously has played quite a bit. So I'm thinking it might just be Reece James in right wing back for this particular match.
Yeah, I'll back that. I'd like to see him back. So what are your thoughts, Vedant?
Yeah, I think same as Miz, Reece James right wing back. And I would like to see Hudson-Odoi feature in the starting lineup at the left wing, because currently I don't think Pulisic is. Yeah, as the left wing, because currently Pulisic isn't on good form. And I don't think Werner's really on, he's on good form, but I want to see more goals from him. So if I was to play him, I would play him at striker, so he could hopefully make some runs in behind. But for Hudson-Odoi, I would play him on the left wing and Reece James at right wing back.
All right, so we got our back five settled. Now the midfield. Another question I have: should Gilmore maybe get in a start? I mean, we want to rotate. We've got a lot of very good midfielders, and we've just got a lot of options, and there's only 2 spots. So, can Gilmore make another appearance in the cup, or do we play Mount there, or Kovacic and Jorginho, whatever? So I just want to get your thoughts on that, Miz.
Yeah, I think Jorginho will slot right back in. So that's one player we know will start in that double six sort of in the middle. I think Kante will be managed here. He had a big game against Atletico Madrid, probably the man of the match in that particular fixture. So he'll probably be rested because he worked his backside off. It is a good shout whether Billy Gilmore gets an opportunity here, but once again, Kovacic is just not someone who has played a lot. Yeah, he's played against Atletico Madrid, but a couple of games before that, he didn't really feature. It was more Jorginho and Kante. So I think, look, I wouldn't mind seeing Billy Gilmore, but I just don't know if we're gonna make that much of a rotation. I feel like it might just be Kovacic and Jorginho in the middle.
Do you agree with that, Vedant?
Yeah, I agree. I think I wouldn't hate to see Billy Gilmore start, but at the same time, we have to keep it realistic. I don't think he will start. I think it'll be that double pivot, Jorginho and Kovacic. And yeah, I think that's how we will go line up for this game in the midfield.
Yeah, right, easy. So front 3 now. This is probably one of the more divisive ones, I do think, because we got a lot of attacking options.
Yeah, Nick, I think you're lagging again.
Do you think who do you think is going to play it? Striker, left wing, and right wing. So I guess we'll just start off maybe on the left. Who do you think deserves? Sorry, Vedant, you said did you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear me again?
Yeah.
I do hear, but you're sort of cutting out.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Can you got me again?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
I'm hotspotting now, so it should be decent. So I was just, I'm not sure where I left off, but I was saying, Vedant, why do you want to see Hudson-Odoi play on the left for this game?
I've seen him play on the right and I've seen him play on the left, and I feel like he can make a bigger impact on the left. We saw against Everton that play where he gave it straight to Alonso. It was a dime. And I think that left wing spot suits him more than the right wing spot. So I would definitely like to see Hudson-Odoi on the left wing if he was to start.
Yeah, do you agree with that, Miz?
look, I understand what Vedant's saying, and I completely get his point of view. But I would have probably, because the way I'm looking at my front three is, this is what I would have Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back and give Reece James a bit of break, and that gives us a lot more attacking ability against Sheffield United, who I believe will probably sit deep, which will help the Callum Hudson-Odoi case on the right wing back. And my front three would be on the left side, it'd be Mason Mount. In the middle, it'll be Oliver Giroud. And in the right, it'll be Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah, I personally agree with Miz. I do think that Mount will be thrown and Ziyech because we want Ziyech to do well, right? I've been very critical of him lately, and it's great that he did well in the Champions League. But he, as you've previously said in this video, Miz, he needs to establish a consistent run of games and form to prove a point that he can play in our starting 11. So that's why I would like to see him in the team. I do think Timo Werner probably will not play against Sheffield United. You know, they got their low block, they sit back in deep, so there's no space in behind him to make his energetic and creative runs. And if we get a guy like Giroud in there who can just hold up the play exceptionally well, bouncing off to the wingers, draw attention, and even provide like he'll provide some space for our midfielders to run into, as he'll just occupy so many defenders. So who do we vote? So we think, so I guess Giroud up top. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
I think that one we can agree, yeah.
Yeah. Easy. What about, so left wing? Still Mason Mount behind, or Hudson-Odoi?
I think Mason Mount, because obviously he didn't play against Atletico Madrid, so I'm pretty sure he'll be back into the team. I do understand what Verdant's saying about Callum Hudson-Odoi playing that role because he is very much suited in that particular position. But I just feel maybe for this game, we want to have a lot more of our attacking players in the team. That's why I don't think Reece James will probably play this. And the only way to fit everyone is probably Callum Hudson-Odoi playing in the right wing-back spot and then Mason Mount in the left side.
I hear you. So should we say Mount left and then maybe Ziyech on the right, or even Hudson-Odoi on the right? Do you think he could make an appearance there? Like, would that be a viable option?
That definitely could, yeah.
Yeah, because Ziyech also did play the Champions League games. Yeah, we do have to take that into account. So it could get a first.
Or it could be Pulisic on the right and Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back, because I feel like Pulisic, and you could be right here, Nick, that Ziyech might just be from the bench again. Mount on the left side, Pulisic maybe on the right side, and then or maybe Pulisic on the left side, Mount on the right side, with Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back. Because I just don't see the necessity to have Reece James in this particular match against a team that's predominantly going to sit back.
Yeah, well, don't you think his crossing ability could be good too? Because Sheffield United, they do sit back, but defensively they've been quite lackluster this season. Do you think he could offer, especially if we play Giroud, right? He's one of the best, if not the best striker, just making near post runs and just slopping it in the net. So maybe that offers something different, but.
Yeah, Callum, I think Callum's very good on the right side, producing quality crosses as well. He's done it many times. We've seen it where he's whipped in really good crosses. So I just think that someone like Callum Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back spot will offer a lot more attacking prowess as opposed to Reece James in this particular match. Reece James was perfectly played against Atletico Madrid because Atletico Madrid were needed to come at us, and Reece James's defensive quality and obviously his attacking qualities were needed, but more so his defensive ones. He kept, Yannick Carrasco and other sort of Atletico Madrid players very quiet. But in this particular game, we are going to have a lot of the ball. And you want someone like Callum Hudson-Odoi and his one-on-one abilities to beat the man and then go into the byline and whip in crosses. And Callum's crosses are just as good. Maybe you may say that Reece James is probably a bit better, but I don't think Callum's crosses are that bad at all. But it's his one-on-one ability is what you would desire against Sheffield United. But that's just my thoughts here.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Are you willing to concede, Vedant? Do you think maybe Reece James is a better option? Callum Hudson-Odoi is a better option than Reece James?
Yeah, the reason I said Hudson Odoi because I thought we were placing Reece James at the right wing back, so I was considering that. But
Okay.
obviously, if we don't play Reece James, obviously Hudson Odoi at the right wing back
All
because no
right.
one
So we've
really
got
else.
Hudson Odoi, right wing back then. So left wing slash like left mid. Who are we thinking there? So Mason Mount, right?
Yeah, so I've got
I'm
a
go-
interesting question here, right? And I want to hear you guys' opinions on this.
Yeah, no
Nick and
problem.
Miz. This is very controversial, but do any of you make a case for Andrew?
Team, no,
Nah.
he's just not got the experience. I mean, I think Tuchel said something along the lines of it. Like he trusts him. He knows he's a very good player in his press conference before the game. But I think this isn't the right game to throw him into, right? This is a weak but still hungry Sheffield United. They have come this far in the FA Cup, so they will want to prove a point, especially that with the fact that they're probably going to get relegated. So I would have liked to see them in like earlier Carabao Cup games and even in FA Cup games when the stakes aren't as high. But now we're here. This is a trophy we should really be aiming to win. I think we've got a better chance of winning this than we do the Champions League, just because of the nature of competitiveness here. It's a lower standard compared to the Champions League, because the Champions League we're playing the best teams in Europe, whereas in the FA Cup we're not always. We are playing very good teams in England, but still there's a disparity between the Champions League and the FA Cup, in my opinion. So that's why. I mean, even at this late stage, I don't think that Andrew gets in with a shout. Just saying. So yeah.
Yeah, and similarly, I mean, if we're not sort of considering Billy Gilmore, I suppose, in a match, then I
Exactly.
just find it very difficult to sort of consider Tina Angerin. I completely hear. I think he could probably feature off the bench. But yeah, just going back to the whole Mason Mount situation, if we're looking to rest Ziyech and probably give Pulisic an opportunity, I'd probably like to see Pulisic on the left and Mason Mount on the right, because I think Pulisic is far more suited on the left.
Okay, what do you think then, Vedant? Pulisic on the left, give him a good run. This is a good game, maybe to get his confidence up, get a goal or two, something like that. Do you think he could play, or what would
Yeah,
you like
I
to see?
think actually this is a game made for him because we know how he's a very direct, creative player. He knows he's a great dribbler of the ball, and I think that against Sheffield's low block, he could really get into spaces using his dribbling and maybe whip across into Giroud, and that could be very beneficial.
Yeah, okay. So do we agree on this front three now? I guess Pulisic on the left, Giroud up top, Mount on the right.
Yeah, I think this is quite solid, and I wouldn't be one bit surprised if this is the lineup that we go through. I think this is a very, very well balanced lineup, which has a lot of attacking flair, but at the same time, very astute in defense as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think my only doubt will be left back, just because we got options there. Maybe Emerson gets rewarded with a start, something like that. Maybe even Alonso plays another game. Who knows? But because Tuchel, one thing he's shown this year, apart from his amazing form, is just his unpredictability. But I guess we can just do our best and guess. So we've decided on this starting 11. So we all agree, right?
I agree. Yeah.
You agree, Vedant?
Yes.
Easy. All right. So score predictions now. What do we think is going to happen?
I think we are going to continue with, although I think was it Sheffield? No, yeah, we considered against Southampton under Thomas Tuchel.
Yep, that was the Minamino goal.
And who was the own goal against? Was it Sheffield?
Yeah.
It may have been, I'm not sure.
It was,
been.
because it was.
I think it was.
Because wasn't the game 3-1?
Yeah, and then Jorginho got the penalty right after.
We won 2-1. I think. Yeah, you're right. That's it. Vedant, you're right. We were winning 1-0, then it was 1-1, and then we won 2-1, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these guys somehow have a knack of scoring, but I think we should be able to keep a clean sheet again if we are defensively, composed, just as we have been against Atletico Madrid over two legs. Obviously, in recent times, in the whole month of February, we haven't even conceded. Since the first leg of Atletico Madrid, we haven't conceded. Against Liverpool, Man United, Everton. I would say we'd keep a clean sheet again, and I'm going for solid 2-0 victory.
Yeah, I agree with that. We actually haven't conceded a goal in 10 hours of football under Thomas Tuchel currently. So I think that just shows and demonstrates how our defense has been so solid. And I do think, Sheffield United will sit back. They will be a bit hard to break down, but we should get in 2 goals. I'm not sure through who, but I think it should be a solid win. So do you agree with that?
Yep, 2-0. I'm thinking Giroud and Mount both got a goal.
Yep. Fair enough. All right. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. I guess we've covered everything. We covered a bit of the UCL action, got the Sheffield United preview done out of the way, and got our predicted scores. So thank you very much for tuning in to the first video on the channel. I just look forward to seeing you in the future. So just hit that like button too while you're at it, and subscribe if you haven't already. So thank you very much for today.
Links to Mrs. and Nick's socials down in the description below. Make sure to give them a follow as well.
Yeah, easy, bro. All right. See you guys later. Yep.
Thank you, guys. It was really good.
Thank you.
Thanks.